Hey folks, I think I'm live. Hold on, let me share it in the Discord so that people. So yeah, we're live. um, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs and get onto the computer in a minute. And like show you guys my old paper computer games. That's the goal of this, but. I was lazy and didn't feel like running down immediately, so I'm still. Let me turn on the light so it's not all super dark in here. I'm still in the place where I was watching Epic's stream, so yeah, that's where I am. Hey HMV, how's it going? Thanks for joining us here today in our very special paper computer game stream show. Hey, Epic Worlds, how's it going? I like the way you ended your stream, by the way. That was hilarious. Hey, Wizo, how's it going? Shoot, my phone is dying. Lucky for me, I can just plug it in. Oh, hey, Via, how's it going? So yeah, I guess it was wait, is that actually plugged in? I didn't hear the ding. Yeah, my ending was so original. Yeah, for sure. I was working on PCG right when this stream started. Ah, sweet. Good timing. Epic, why did you private the stream? Didn't mean to, sorry. Yeah, sometimes, like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just automatically set to that for some reason. It's not when I do streams on computer, but when I do streams on phone, it is. Like, this stream is going to probably be automatically privated as soon as the stream. You can probably mess with your default settings. Hey, multi-paper games, how's it going? So yeah, I guess the thing to do is to go downstairs and yeah, I don't know, like show you some of my old paper computer games. I don't know, is there like market for that? Is that a thing you guys would want to watch? Or alternatively, we could all just like hang out up here and like watch TV. You know, like see that over there. That's my TV. You know, we could watch it and like see stuff on it. I don't know, like PCG videos. Epic World says yes. Let's PCG. Okay, PCG it is. What a surprise that people want to actually do stuff. That was a tough choice right there that I gave you guys. All right, fine. Wizo says, when I got the notification for this and tapped on my phone, it was like, wait, that's the title of the stream? I thought that was just what the notification said. Yeah, it's just the default title. I'm probably going to change it when I get downstairs. I just wanted to start streaming immediately, because if I didn't start streaming, I'd be like, I'm just going to sit here for a while longer. I'm lazy. I'm tired. I fell asleep before. I was gonna do more stuff. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna work on my PCG thing I'm working on. And then I just, after I got home from work and I took a walk and everything, I was super tired, you guys. I had to get up way earlier than usual for work today. I had to do a virtual program at 9 a.m. at work. And then after that, I had to do a VIP tour. I had to take VIPs on a tour of my planetarium. Whew. So yeah, it was a whole thing. Let's see, what are people saying? Want to watch some PCG theory videos on stream for now? Haven't I seen all the PCG videos? Wait, are there new PCG theory videos? I hope there's new PCG theory videos. Bia says I'm just here for the clout. Bia says, yeah, let's watch it. No need to turn it on. Huh? Oh, we're just gonna watch the TV. Okay. Guess we're just watching it. There it is. Just watching it. It's not moving so far. Just watching. Waz was never pro says I did a stream and then ended really abruptly. Fair enough. Via says just point the camera to it. All right. Waz says it was a Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 and I just decided, let's end it after finishing the first level. Yeah, fair enough. No need to, like, you don't have to keep streaming if you don't want to anymore. Okay, my stream is now public. Excellent. Well done, Epic. I approve of this action. Okay. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna see if I can switch this over to being a computer stream. What did you think of the first PCG Making Tuesday? I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a fun stream. And, oh shoot, it's dark in here. My apologies. Hold on. Wait, it's Tuesday? Why, yes it is. Yes, it is Tuesday. Hold on. Solo que estoy botando la basura. I haven't been paying attention to the days of the week lately. I know that feeling. I certainly know that feeling. Okay, let's turn on this fancy schmancy light. Ooh, red light. It's a Superman light, courtesy of Via. Yeah. So okay. Let's set up the stream. Is it actually possible to have my computer take over this this stream? Hold on. I lose track because of PCGs. Yeah, fair enough. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can do this, alright, you guys? I'm gonna see if this works. We're gonna try and switch over to streaming from my computer rather than streaming from my phone. And we're gonna see if the technology does that or if it crashes the stream, alright? Get ready. Prepare. This is gonna be a rough one, but let's see how this goes. Okay, what is going on? Are we still live? The phone streams are always so weird and disorienting. Oh shoot, sorry. Houston, we have a problem. Oh no. Paper Computer Games is going live. Okay. So, Zach, you are breaching the mainframe? Am I breaching the mainframe? Okay, so this appears to... No, he's accessing the dark PCG web where people burn PCGs. Yes. The PCG dark web. Yeah, I guess we're still a phone stream. I guess that's what's still happening. Right? You're over there, right? That's you guys? I'm pointing to you right now. Any updates on that new PCG you're making? Nope. No updates except that it's right here. I don't know if I'm gonna make more of it or not. I'm kind of discouraged on that one. Hello, Internet. Habbles was here. Greetings, Habbles. He knows where I am. Yes. Wait. So... Does that do it? Hold on. Your channel... Let's see. Oh shoot, I think that did it! Does that do it? Oh man, that is so weird. Now we're on PC. Okay.
Hold on. Your channel.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay. Zach, you're upside down? Well, yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, like, yeah, of course I'm upside down. Like, what other way would I be? Obviously, you know. But more importantly, this can't decide if this is like a mobile. No, he's right side up. Yes, exactly. This is the correct direction for me to be. Are you trying to fool him? Let's see. Okay, let's change the stream title to my old paper computer games. Save. We can change the title further later. But yeah, this is weird. Zach, can you just show the PCG so we can give our thoughts on it? Okay, pero. This is weird. Like, look at this. Like, right? Like, it's not full screen. Like, my screen is tiny. It's tiny. You can't see. You can't see the whole thing. Is there any way to fix this? Refresh, Zach. I don't think refreshing is gonna do anything. Wait. Playlists. Let's put this into my old paper computer games. Promotion, audience clips. First of all, let's save. Alright, I guess I'll try refreshing. Epic is sending me a screenshot that it does look okay. Okay, thank you, Epic. I apologize. It looked freaking weird. Alright, we are back. Let's actually show you guys some paper computer games. So let's see. Which ones was I gonna show? Sent you the DM of what it looks like for me. Yeah. I saw. Thank you. Okay. So okay. Let me set up my camera so I can actually show you my my paper computer games. Okay, so here it is. Here is the actual camera. Director Gerald saves the moon, the planet, etc. Sure. I am physically capable of showing those paper computer games. And you're in luck because Director Gerald Saves the Moon is right over here. I could not find the cover. I don't know if I even made a cover, to be honest with you. Is there a cover on the wiki? I don't know. Regardless. So, yeah, here is Director Gerald Saves the Moon. This was sort of like a weird experimental PCG I was making for Kurt to play many years ago. But yeah, so here is... So, something is wrong with the moon, right? So this, I guess, I don't know, I guess this takes place... Well, this does take place on the moon, right? So this takes place on the moon at a time where humans have built, like, a moon base on it. I'm not sure if that's the present day of the PCG universe or if that's, like, the future. So far, we have not, like, directly connected it to anything else, so it's unclear where or when it takes place. But anyway, the backstory is, like, something is wrong with Luna. Luna being the moon, and you have to fix it. So this is the voice of Luna. Ah! So you can clearly tell something is wrong with Luna. This is sort of like a symbolic screen, like cinematic screen. Like the moon is not literally a giant mouth. It's not literally screaming, but this is like symbolic of the voice of Lunez crying out. In other words, something is wrong with the moon. So, you are Director Gerald's. You are the leader of all the people of like the moon base, and here you are. So, like, that's not you. This is like a first-person perspective, and so you're sitting at your desk. So here it says Director. Here is like a lamp. There's like I don't know what those things are, to be honest with you. This is a mechanized learning assistance robot, or some might be tempted to call this a tutorial bot, but but that is totally just a coincidence. He can hover because he's got these two like large propellers. So you see, obviously he wouldn't be able to hover without that. And he's just got this like metallic robot-y kind of voice, and he's like, "How may I assist you?" And Epic says it looks like the mouth of Fig's worship. Yeah, it does kind of look like it, right? It wasn't intended to be the same. This is like symbolic. It's not literally like a giant mouth or anything, but it does look a lot like it. I guess that's just how I draw my exaggerated like mouths. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, Epic says this game has so many sequels with a moonbase idea. Oh shoot, does it? That's awesome. Epic says I like this PCG already. Oh, thanks so much, dude. LT Pancake says, what did the table do to you? Exist! It was in my hand's way. HMB says, okay, guys, I'm half done with the script for my Assassin's Creed video. Time to start working on the PCG. I'm going to show in it. That's awesome, dude. Wolf7 says, Zach, I think I have to make a PCG. Yeah, do it, dude. That's awesome. Okay, so this painting, this is a reference to, like, these are ships belonging to they're like the aliens that invade the Earth in the Alien Invasion series. You also see them in Balzac Globotron, but this is like a race, like a ship class that belongs to a race of aliens that I've used in a bunch of my PCGs. But yeah, that's just a painting. There's a door over here that leads to the rest of the base. Over here we've just got like, I don't really remember what's supposed to be happening here, but it just looks like the moon is just breaking apart. And I think I was gonna do something with this. I think it was gonna be like broken into chunks and you had to like explore it or something. I don't remember where I was going with that. Here is like another, like, this is like the foyer of Director Gerald's office, and this is like one of the aliens who lives on the moon. I think this was supposed to be a selenite. Because back when I was in college, when I took I took a class on science fiction and cinema, and they showed us one of the earliest science fiction, the earliest science fiction movie ever made, and it was called Le Voyage dans la Lune, which is like French for a trip to the moon. And basically, they go to the moon and they meet like this race of aliens there called the Selenites, which basically just means moon people. And yeah, so I think I put a selenite here as like a reference to that. But yeah, anyway, this is Director Gerald's office. He's got like like, this is like a framed newspaper article, and it's quoting him. It says, "My fellow Lunarian family, blah 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 blah." So yeah, there's like a trash bin over here. I don't remember what this is supposed to be. I was trying to do like a different version of an inventory screen. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just I was doing it stylized, I guess. Like, I was experimenting with having the inventory thing be on the side instead of on the top, and I put like the E is still there, but nothing fancy. Like, it's just an inventory screen. And yeah, That's all I made of the game. We did play this a little bit. We played probably 20 minutes of this game. And Kurt was sort of meh on it. Honestly, I think Kurt was he was never super into playing PCGs that much. He was more into making PCGs. He got so giddy from making PCGs, but when you sit him down and make him play a PCG, sometimes he could really get into it, but most of the time he's just okay, I'll do this. Okay, I'll do that. One of the few ones he really got into was manipulation, because he really got excited about the idea of killing Charles the detective. But that was it. But yeah. Epic World says, man, Zach's old PCGs are like looking at old art like the Mona Lisa. Oh, that's quite a comparison. Thanks, dude. Wiseau says every old PCG has a very similar vibe. Do they? Yeah, I guess I could see that. Wolf 7 says, but math homework though, I forgot about it. Ah, shoot. Wiseau says, guys, once Zach does a real face reveal that's not his VTuber face that we get to see in this very stream, I bet he'll just be tutorial bot. You know it. You know it. Epic World says, Zach, would you say that the majority of your PCGs have been played? The majority, probably. The majority is just more than 50%, right? So, yeah, definitely the majority. There's definitely a lot that haven't, though. All the recent ones really haven't. Well, I guess Via played Revenge of the Spotted Lanternfly, but still, Archmage Victorious has not been played. I don't know, Gyphobaz has not been played, I don't think. Did I play it with one of you, possibly? I don't know. But either way, yeah. Do you know what happened to IPGS? Yeah. He stopped making videos. And he had a goodbye video where he was all I'm sorry, I lost inspiration for the channel, don't know why, etc. and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, Epic World says, just like Wolf gets excited about killing billies. Yeah, exactly. Epic World says, Zach, you and me should play some PCGs this weekend. Do I have time this weekend? Possibly. If there's time, yeah, I'd be down for that. We could play my remake of Manipulation. Sure. All right. So, we can record our playthrough. Sure. Okay. So, yeah. What am I showing next? I believe the next PCG that was requested is a little paper computer game called The Plan. Yeah, this is the plan. Here's the cover of the plan. You can see it says Zach Productions presents The Plan, starring several surprise members of the cast of Antigone. So this is a PCG that I made when I was actually in a play in my local theater guild. I used to do plays there. I was in my first play was Cinderella. I was in the chorus for Cinderella. I probably could have gotten the role of the prince, but that was my first play, and I was 15. I was super scared to audition, and my acting teacher was pushing me to audition, and I was I skipped the first audition. And because of that, by the time I got up the courage and I went to the second audition, they had already cast the prince. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, one of the plays I did there was called Antigone. And this PCG, because see, the thing is, when we're doing plays, we're all sitting around doing nothing, just kind of hanging out, bored, for hours a lot of the time. So there was this girl there, and we'll call her Ismini because, number one, that was the name of the character she was playing in the play, and number two, I don't think I actually remember her real name.
Anyway, so Ismini, it's weird how I remember her character, but not her name. But anyway, Ismini, every time we were there, right? Like, I have to explain this to explain the context of this PCG. I promise this is relevant. Okay? So, Ismini was like because at the time I worked at Whole Foods like being the supermarket, and Ismini was like, oh my god, Whole Foods has this like these like fruit leathers that I love, they're so tasty, can you get me some? And I'm like, yeah, I'll try to remember. And like every time I came, I would forget, and she'd be like, Zach, where's my fruit leathers? So ultimately, I made this paper computer game. It is kind of inspired by that, but it's also inspired by like various people in that play. So this game is unlike my other PCGs. It is made for that play. And by the way, this is made on old computer paper. When I was a little kid, like in the early 90s, like we had to use this computer paper that has like holes in the side of it because otherwise the printer couldn't grab hold of the paper. It had to put holes in the side of the paper, and so it could pull it along. And you can kind of see, but like at the edges of this paper, you can just kind of like, it's made so that you can bend and like just rip the whole part of it off. But anyway, so Wiser says HMB Tiger wants to play with you, Zach. Listen to him. I listen. All right, yeah. Yeah, we could play a game, HMV. Anyway, Epic Girl says the plan is what I'm most excited for. Sweet. All right, Lieutenant Pancake is going to bed. All right. Thanks for joining, Lieutenant Pancake. Have a great night. Wiser says Zach lore strikes again. Yes, it does. Epic World says that paper is so cool. I know. This is literally paper. Like I've had this giant pile of this computer paper. It's like legit like this tall. I've had it like sitting in my house since I was like freaking 10 years old. I never do anything with it. Very occasionally I'll use some of it and make a PCG like this. But I think I did it for the Life and Times of Zuvak, the Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick. Pardon me. But yeah, that paper is still there. I still have that pile from when I was like a little kid, sitting there for the past 30 years. But yeah, okay. So anyway, so this is the plan. It says this is the game you must beat if you ever want to consume fruit leathers. So yeah, that was the thing. It was like if she can beat this paper computer game, then she can get the fruit leathers. So here's like the planet, I guess that this game takes place on. Like it's just planet of potential death, and yeah, just like wow. And here's like a ship flying past the planet, and somebody in the ship says, "Oh no." So let's see. So here is the first screen, and this is Ismini, and she's just like on this random planet. And she's like, where the hell are my fruit leathers? And there's like a weird alien creature over here. Like I think this is where she crash landed her ship. This is, I don't know what that is. There's like a moon in the sky. HMB says you should PCG shop all these PCGs. Yeah, good point. I really should. But okay, yeah, let's see. So if you go this way, if you follow the arrow, Zach, you want to play We Return to Zerelta tomorrow? Possibly. What's tomorrow? I don't know. Hit me up on Discord about that. Possibly though. Epic World says, Zach, I might make you a new series of PCGs for us to play called The Adventures of Zach. They'll take place all across the PCG universe, and it'll be short games that'll build up to a massive series. Dude, that's epic. Oh man, that would be awesome. Okay, so I don't know why I drew Ismini looking so weird, but here she is, and she has to get into this castle. There is like some graffiti up there. I do not remember what this means, or what this is. There's a door over here as well. But if you get inside the castle, this is sort of like a first-person view, and we're going down the hallway. There's like a side door over here. I think I remember what's inside this door. Yep. And like this is like a cell, and here's like a switch that opens the cell. And if you open the cell, you can find locked up inside of it, it's Michael Telposky. Now, Michael Telposky is he is another member of the cast of Antigone. He was one of my he was one of my friends. I've known him, that we were in a few plays together. And now, mind you, at the time, like, I've known him since like I was like 15 or something like that, and he was like probably in his mid-30s, and he was like like, I don't know what happened, but we just always like you know, we're in a constant feud. Like he was cast as the Herald, but I was constantly like, you know, I had to learn all his lines, so I was like, yeah, I learned all his lines and all his songs, so whenever he couldn't make it to a rehearsal, I filled in for him. So I started saying, like, man, I'm the true Herald. And he's like, psh, I'm the Herald. And that fight has been going on ever since. Even to this very day, even though the play is over and done with, we still fight about this. I mean, we don't really hang out anymore, but we're still friends on Facebook. And every now and then, like, it'll be like, happy birthday, but I'm still the Herald. You know, stuff like that. But anyway, in this play, Michael Telposky had to wear a wig in his role, and his wig, you know, looked like it was just like very curly. So I used to make fun of him and be like, man, it's like you're wearing grapes on your head. So in this PCG, he is literally wearing grapes on his head, and he's reading somebody's diary. That's an in-joke that I just do not remember, honestly. Epic says, "Whoa, the castle looks epic." Thanks so much, dude. Epic says, "Zach, can I play Balzac Globotron?" Oh man. I mean, yes, but that is kind of like, that's a major undertaking, dude. That is a major undertaking. That is like not to be taken lightly. That is you know, plus like Balzac Globotron becomes multiplayer later on. Ooh, maybe we could like do a series where we play Balzac Globotron, and then once we get up to the part where, like, you know, Ari and them join the playthrough, like, it could be like Wolf and Truminator. That would be epic. But anyway, Wizo says, funnily enough, I was just working on a PCG series called PCG Legends before this stream, and it was meant to be a PCG anthology similar to what Epic just described. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Epic says, I'm already planning the first Zack series game. Ah, dude. Epic, HMB says, Epic, can I try to PCG master the game for you? Epic World says, no, yeah, we should make some multiplayer PCGs for people like you, me, and HMB can all play. Yeah, that'd be epic, dude. Okay, so, anyway. So basically, we opened the cell in the last screen, and we have freed Michael Telposky. So Michael Telposky is going to join the party. So he comes with us. And then we go here. We have this maze screen. We have now, you know, we've continued down the hallway from before, and it takes us here to this maze screen. And basically, it's just a typical PCG maze screen. I do not remember. I mean, obviously, you know, there's guys you have to fight. These paths, like, you can only go on the paths, I think. But then over here is the portal tree. I remember you could go to the portal tree. There are portals in the base of it. I think the correct solution was to go here, because I think all of these paths lead to death, if I remember correctly. I think the correct solution was to go to the portal tree. I don't remember. Oh, I think like one of the portals led to this area, because there's like no other entrance to this place where this guy is. I think one of the other portals like led somewhere else. No, oh no, wait, no, wait, never mind. This path goes here, but then there's some weird fogginess, and you have to get through to get there. I don't know what you were supposed to do here. Anyway, this ends at an airplane screen. So here's Ismini and here's Michael Telposky, and they've arrived at an airplane. I'm sure they have to get inside of the airplane. It's been like freaking forever. I barely remember this at all, but here we are inside the airplane. So this is like very similar to this airplane screen from Mansion of Mystery that I made. So here's Ismini, and you have to, like grab onto this rope, hang onto this handle, and then like swing up and hit this guy. Actually, I think this particular puzzle is exactly a puzzle from one of Chris's like Series 1 PCGs, if I remember correctly. But anyway, yeah, there's like a sign here that says, "No climbing except on the ladder. Thanks, staff." Okay, so then there's a ladder, you go up here, and if you go up, climb up this pole, then here's the controls for the plane. So if you reach the controls, then you can fly in the plane. So then we get a flight screen, and pretty typical flight screen. But I mean, it's typical because like I'm making this for Ismini to play, right? And she had never played a PCG, she'd never heard of a PCG, so it doesn't matter if it's typical, I incorporated a lot of ideas from typical PCGs, since why not? It's easiest. But yeah, this was a fun PCG to play. Like, people had fun with it. I remember like one of the women in the play was like, "Oh, like, I think you're probably gonna have a lot of girlfriends because if like you're so creative, you're like you can." You're always thinking of these clever ideas for dates. Girls are really going to want to date you. And boy, was she wrong. Oh, man. Let's see what chat is saying. Chat is not saying anything. Okay. Epic Multipaper says, "Epic, I finished the PCG story. I'll send it to you in a few minutes." Dude, that's awesome. Epic World says, "Okay, Zach, so for my game I'm making for you, you will either love the PCG story or absolutely hate the messed up canonicity of the game. ¿Por qué no los dos?" I don't know, dude. Listen, like, I like canon. I think canon is awesome, but I'm also not a stickler for canon. Like, if making a good story comes first to me. Like, that being said, like, if a story, like, violates canon, like, it annoys me for a second, but it doesn't make me like hate the game or anything. I'll still see it for what it is and enjoy it and worry about the canon stuff later, I mean, I don't know, that's just my attitude towards canon in general. Like, it's cool and I like it, but I'm not gonna let it ruin my enjoyment of an otherwise good story, Let's just say Yipit plays a mega role in the game. Ah, shoot! If the canonicity is too much, I can always make it not canon. We can just have fun playing it. Dude, just like tell the story you want to tell. And like, it's, I mean, it's fine. Like, I mean, well, I guess this is what I'm going to talk about in the canon video, but what I'd say is just tell the story you're going to tell and let canon fall where it may, leave that to future PCG makers to decide if they want to consider it canon and incorporate it into their games. So yeah. We can use his voice chat. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I guess, like, the plan is not super exciting. Like, I get that. See, like, this is probably why I've never made a video showing this before, because this is, like, super, like, it's full of in-jokes and references to the cast of Antigone. And if you were not, like, did not know these people, like, you don't know who Ismini is, and you don't know who Michael Telposky are, this is not super exciting for you. It's just, like, it's just a random PCG, I had fun making it. I had fun playing it. Epic says, "I love the plan. It's super cool. That's my kind of PCGs." Oh, thanks so much, dude. But yeah, PCG was super successful. Also in the cast there was like a little girl at the time. Her name was Erica, if I remember correctly, and Erica was around while I was playing this PCG with Ismini, and so the next day, like after we played this PCG, Erica comes in and she's made a PCG for Michael Telposky to play. So her PCG, took a lot of ideas from the plan. Basically, her PCG was just like a one-page PCG, and it was basically just like this, like basically like the maze screen. She did incorporate the portal tree into it, but her game was much more based around the portal tree, which is cool. It didn't have a title or anything, but I wikied it nonetheless. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any pictures of the game. I don't have the game. She made it. She took it with her. So I don't have any pictures that I could show on the wiki, but I wrote a wiki article about it nonetheless because, every paper computer game counts. But yeah, that was actually part of what... that experience was part of what... encouraged me to make the PCG channel. The fact that, like, something about this paper computer game stuff is good, Like, you can sort of get discouraged because you're thinking, like, well, what's the point, trying to show other people or get other people into it because, like, this is just my childhood, like, other people aren't going to be interested in this. But that's one of the experiences where I really observed it's not just me. There is something about paper computer games that is special. That if somebody is in the room watching you play paper computer games, they can want to make one or play one themselves. Like, they can see this happening and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump into this," and I mean, in retrospect, it feels obvious. Like, of course, humans, like, they imitate. They see what other people are doing and they jump into it. That's what we do. But I don't know, like back then, before there was a PCG community, we didn't know if that was the case. I guess we sort of knew it because, like, I had gotten Keith and Kurt and Pierre into it, but, those could just be them because they're our friend group, and that's something that we did with each other. But, seeing like, just, like, a random kid just, like, see it and just make a paper computer game without anyone telling her to, without any, like, outside encouragement, just bam, PCG. That was really a big encouragement to me to, like, make this YouTube channel, basically. It's one of the experiences that encouraged me to it, and certainly not the only one. But yeah, it was really cool. I've also, just had, like, random thoughts of, like, I wonder if somebody like that, like, what if, Erica just got super into it after that? What if she started her own PCG franchise, forgot where it started from, and for all we know, it could still be going to this day? Who knows? Maybe in her friend group, they just play PCGs all the time and have for decades. It's possible. Not very likely, but... It's not inconceivable. Or, like, maybe if other people did, I don't know. Just a random thought that crossed my head. That would be pretty sweet. Let's see what people in chat are saying. Dude, sounds like how my friends made PCGs for each other. Best thing ever. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Wiza says, I don't know if I'll be nearly as active in this chat because I'm working on my PCG, but I'll try to listen in on the stream. All right, thanks, dude. Well, thanks for watching, regardless. Epic World says, it inspires so much more than you think. Yeah, it really does. It really does. That is certainly rewarding. Epic World says, what I find is funny is that all my friends thought they were dumb, but when they played them, they seriously thought they were so cool. My cousin said to me yesterday, I see the appeal. Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks their PCGs are dumb. The tragedy is freaking Ari, like, once tried to make a PCG. He thought it was dumb, and I played, like, a screen of it. I was like, dude, this is awesome. And he's like, no, this is too dumb. And he stopped making it, and he's never made a PCG ever since. He's made, like, that was his one attempt at making a PCG in his entire life. Never tried again. So yeah, that was unfortunate. HMB says, I mean, I made paper games by myself before I discovered a YouTube video about them. Oh, hey, Bads Claymore, how's it going? Just came back from school. Sweet. I personally did not just come back from school. I don't know. I woke up a couple hours ago. I fell asleep after work, and 2 hours later woke up, and here I am. But yeah. So yeah, that is the plan. This is a paper computer game. It is Planish. It inspired that one spin-off, which is by Erica. You can find that on the wiki. It was called like Fruit Leather Maze, I believe. Let's actually look that up. Fruit Leather Maze. Did I write anything about it? Having proven his prowess at escaping from mazes through portals in the plan, Michael Telposky has now been thrust into a larger challenge. Many things are familiar, such as the portal tree and guys which patrol the maze. However, there are also new threats which will face him. Is he up to it, or will he give it up? And will he win the wondrous chocolate prizes that await him? So the character is Michael Telposky, an evil actor who wears grapevines on his head all day long whilst reading other people's diaries. In the plan, the main character rescued him, and he proved his worth at escaping maze screens. Now it'll be tested. This was a short 1 or 2 screen adventure, which was entirely maze screen. This was the first game in which the whole game was one type of area. The puzzles were all interrelated and fun, yet easy to resolve. Ending. Having solved all the puzzles, Michael found the portal tree and dived into one of its portals, presumably to further adventure. Or, for all we know, it could lead to the vacuum of space, killing him. Only time will tell. Alright, so that is Fruit Leather Maze. A title which I made up for that paper computer game. So yeah. Let's see. So yeah, what is chat saying? Is there still chat? There is still chat. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. But yeah. Alright. Well, should I show more paper computer games, you guys? I guess I'll show, Wait, did this freeze? Epic World says, okay, Zach, is it okay if the first game is only like 7 to 8 screens? Dude, it's your game. You can make it as long or as short as you want. And yes, show more PCGs. Okay, but hold on. My phone is freezing. It is low on battery. Perhaps that is the issue. I've now plugged it in. Huh. Wow, it's really stuck. Well, this says the entire conflict in my PCG is that this bandit guy accidentally set off an alarm during his heist to steal an orb, and now there's a ton of defense systems in place. That's epic. Epic says, oh boy, I'm so excited to make this game. I really want to show it, but I want you to feel the full surprise and expense. Let's just start. Let's just say this game changes a lot of things. Oh shoot. Yeah, I guess I can't. I don't know what the heck the problem is. Configure video. Is my Wi-Fi working on my phone? Seems to be. So then what is the problem? Wait, is this another situation where it's actually working and it's just not showing up on my screen? No, that can't be right? Because it's not even showing up in OBS. It's just the same screen, just frozen. Like I still see the plan on my table, even though I have moved it. I don't know what to do. Bad Disclaimer says, can you check PCG leaks? I made a PCG a while ago and I think it's pretty cool. Sure. I mean, I guess I'll do that since I can't, like, for the moment, I can't get this, working. Wait, why is this top chat? It should be live chat. But yeah, let's see, PCG leaks. No, that's PCG links. Beds Claymore. Where's your PCG? Wait, is Martin Frank Beds Claymore? No. I can't keep track of anybody's names. Dude, everyone has like 50 different names across YouTube and Discord and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be looking for. But, yeah. On King Raven, you have to go back really far. +13 mild course language illegal activities. Oh shoot! But that's all I see. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I guess I have to. I feel like I have to go back too far to find this. I give up. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, is it working now? Nope. Not at all. Wait, hold on. There we go. I fixed it. Okay. Sorry about that delay, you guys. But, we're back.
Hey Siri, where I can meet new people.
Download Tango, where you can connect with new friends worldwide.
Okay. So. Yeah, Epic wanted me to show this one. It's upside down now. Now I have to rotate it 180 degrees. There we go. Okay, so Epic wanted me to show this one mainly because the cover looks cool, but honestly, I have not made basically anything at all for this one. This is just called Alien Freaks in My Neighborhood. I just drew the cover and basically just had a lot of fun drawing the cover, but then I did not know what to do for the PCG as a whole. I had a really good concept for this PCG, but yeah. So the cover, like, it's like Alien Freaks in My Neighborhood. The lettering is based on, because like Keith had taught me how to draw bubble letters. It's like a graffiti technique. So I was like using that technique, and I incorporated the UFO into it. Just, you know, doing lots of shading, trying to make a super like I don't know, dramatic night. Over here, Like, so it says, could you be one of them? Find out, page 36. Who are the Zoo Chompers? Their origin, page 72. That's a joke. Like, that you can't really go to those pages to find out anything. That's just a reference to Choose Your Own Adventure books, which I used to read when I was a kid, where, like, you have to make a choice at the bottom of every page. It's just like, hey, if you go through the door, turn to page 10. If you want to stay in the room you're in, turn to page 26, like that kind of stuff. But anyway, the concept of this is like, here's like an alien ship, and it's like beaming down this guy. Now this guy is like, he's like one of the aliens, but he's like disguised to look like a human. So, basically the premise of this game was going to be that it's late at night and you're the only guy who witnessed the aliens, aliens are infiltrating your neighborhood, like, dressed as humans. And you have to, like, kind of sneak around and find out what's going on, like, what they're up to. Because, like, it's late at night and, what's going to happen. So here's the first screen. I made this, like, way later than I made the cover. This is, like, freaking years later. I made an attempt to start to actually make the game, but anyway, here you are. You're outside. It's night. There's the UFO, and yeah, there's your car. And then I don't know. You just witness like there being a UFO, and you're like, "Yo, what's up? What's going on?" And that's the game. The premise of this game was going to be like, I mean, that is all I have. But the premise of this game was going to be, yeah, you basically have to, like, you have your neighborhood to explore. And you have to, I still might make this at some point, but yeah, like, the premise was going to be you have your neighborhood to explore, and it's less, like, action, less puzzles. It's more just, like, sneaking around and trying to figure stuff out. You can sneak into the windows of your friends' houses, or you can, like, follow the alien guy around, and I think there was going to be, like, a mystery, like, you had to figure out who in town is an alien as well. And I think I really, really liked that idea, but I couldn't figure out how to, like, actually make it. So yeah, I have this really, really solid cover that I really like, but I couldn't get any further with it. No matter how many times to try to make it, I always fail to think of it. Epic World says kind of like the Twilight Zone. Yeah, kind of. Wiseau said earlier, what was that sudden music? That was because an ad started playing on my camera app on my phone. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's Alien Freaks in my neighborhood. So yeah, that is that game. Oh wait, did I make another screen? Huh. I don't remember. I think this is pretty well drawn, but I don't know. I guess was this supposed to be a screen for that? I guess it must be. I guess this is just like you inside your Although, look at those eyes. That looks kind of creepy. Maybe this is supposed to be the alien. Maybe you're like outside the window looking in and you're kind of like spying on him? I don't know. Well, does this match the guy from the other screen? Kinda, I mean, could be. I mean, this guy's like wearing jeans and like kind of like a jacket. So yeah, kind of does match him. So it's probably supposed to be the same guy. I bet like this is the same guy, and like it's just here he is inside the house, and then here he is outside the house. He went outside and saw the UFO, you know. So maybe this is actually the first screen. I don't know. Like, that would be my best guess. But yeah, that is that PCG. Epic says, Zach, I'm literally not even gonna wiki this game or show it in any way until you play it. All right. Hey, good to know. That's epic. Okay, so did I have any more to play? I already showed a brief history of the PCG universe. I already showed City of Dreams. I mean, I guess I could show this game if you wanted. This game is called Like, I don't know what I did with the cover, but it is here on the wiki, so let me show you here on the wiki. Who would be crazy? Yeah, this is like the longest PCG title ever. Who would be crazy enough to devote his life to studying this guy? So this is the cover screen. Now this game is focused on the fat guy. So you don't play as the fat guy, but it is about the fat guy. So, Baz Claymore says, I think that's the first screen where you see the aliens. Could be. Epic says, whoa, that's epic. Thanks, Epic. So yeah, basically... Oh, hey, here's the actual backstory included in the game. Milton. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Like, I'm not going to show that to you that way because this is actually in comic form. So let's show you the comic. Alright, let's go down here so you can see a little bit more easily. So this is Milton. He is a scientist dude. And he's like, my life sucks. The professor told me that I'm fired if I don't find a brilliant scientific discovery. That's the boss. I think our friend Daniel, aka the llama, drew this. He was like Kurt's friend. He used to be part of our teen center group. I think just this image he might have drawn. That does not look like my art, but anyway, that's the boss. So he is going to fire him if he doesn't come up with a scientific discovery. So then his phone ring. He's like, hello? Greetings, I'm Zuvak. I believe you are looking for something to study. I may have something for you. Look into the telescope. So he looks into the telescope, and through the telescope he sees the fat guy, and he's like, oh my god. Okay, so that was... So that was the first screen. Wait, are these in order? Hold on, let me see. I think they are. Dang, this is a long PCG. Okay, so these definitely are in order. Okay. So, anyway, are you guys still here? Yeah, okay, you are. So, yeah, alright. So, here you are. And Zuvak is on the phone. He says, I can guide you. First, enter the shack. So, here we are going into the shack. By the way, I was making this along with Kurt and Daniel. So, so some of this stuff is going to be by them. Like, this character right over here is created by Daniel. Is he even wicked? Yeah, here he is. Toxdox. That is like Daniel's only character. There's no picture of him on his wiki article, but yeah, this is Toxdox. Anyway, so yeah, that's Toxdox. So he would he, like, in this game, he's like, you meet him, he's like this bird on the tree, and he ultimately becomes kind of like your sidekick. He's gonna follow you around and help you out. But anyway, Zuvak is telling you to enter the shack, so you have to try to get into the shack. There's like a ball over there. Don't remember what that is. There's like a hole in the roof. And this is sort of like in the woods. So let's go to the next screen. So inside the shack, you encounter this this old witch. I'm pretty sure Kurt made the witch. But yeah, there's a Milton like with Tox now riding on his shoulder. And there's the witch's broom. I think you had to defeat her. Out back behind the shack, like once you've defeated the witch, you find this old beaten up car, and Zuvek says repair the car and drive it. So you have to use the tools that were here on the screen to try to repair the car. There's like, thankfully there's a toolkit over there. There's like an axe over here. There's like a rod that's completely smashed through the window, and there's something piercing one of the tires. So this is quite the task to repair the car, but yeah, you had to do that. Epic says, I like how you made it on small paper. Yeah, I was at Kurt's house. Like, this was just like, he just had an old sketchbook available. He's like, well, yeah, let's make a PCG for Keith to play. And he handed me, like, the sketchbook. So I just used paper from the little sketchbook he had. So, yeah, but yeah, so yeah, once you get driving the car, it takes you to this screen. So you're driving down the road, and Zuvak says, drive to the creature's habitat. So you have to drive down the road, but there's this like creepy farmer guy who's blocking your way. I do not remember what the puzzle was. Looks like there's also like something with 2 eyes over there. It might have been like a secret. I don't remember though. Don't remember what that is. Once you get past that, you get here, and this is like Bad's Claymore says it sucks when a PCG goes out of order. That's why I number the pages before I used to staple them. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a really good idea. That is a really, really good idea. I used to staple them as well. I don't anymore, but I should get back into at least paper clipping them. Epic World says, dude, the art in this is crazy. Oh man, yeah. Certainly crazy. Anyway, Zuvek says, continue along the road. The target is ahead. But there's this guy along the side of the road who's selling stuff. This is 100% Kurt art. I don't remember what this guy's deal was, but he was selling something, and you had to sort of negotiate with him. There's also like a flower along the side of the road. I think Kurt created this screen entirely. But yeah, so once you get to the end of the road, there's this mansion. Once you get inside of it, that takes you over here. I love how like Zuvak is just guiding you on this like absurdly elaborate series of steps just to catch up with the fat guy. Epic World says, Zach, I sent you a DM of the PCG cover. Oh, dude. Alright, let's check it out. Oh, it's all blurred. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot, that looks cool. I don't know what is going on. I can't tell anything, but this looks... I'm really liking the lines on this. I am intrigued. I am intrigued. Awesome work, dude. All right. So, Epic World says Zuvak is so smart. He is. Anyway, so here we are inside the mansion. An important study tool is nearby. Try to get it. So here's a monster that tries to eat you. I don't remember what the important study tool was or where you get it. But once you get it, I guess you get back in your car and you go the other way. I don't know how you get here, but regardless, you encounter the fat guy. So that's not you. That's you. You are still playing as Milton, and here is Tox. But over here, you witness Zach and his dog Poochie, or maybe this is Scooby. I think this is probably supposed to be Scooby. So yeah, the Zach and his dog Scooby, and they're being blocked. Like, see, they're sort of in this canyon, and they're being blocked by the fat guy. And you, like, you're just the scientist studying this whole scene, and you're like, fascinating. Like, you see the fat guy, and you're like observing how he blocks the path of Zach, and Zach has to go back to try and find something to get past the fat guy. And you're like, what marvelous biology must enable this organism to block this adventurer's path so effectively? So, after this, you end up chasing the fat guy, and you're sort of chasing him down this series of paths, and I think the joke here was that every Epic World says that's an epic fat guy screen. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I don't know if it even counts as a fat guy screen because it's not a puzzle. You don't have to get past the fat guy. Somebody else is doing that. All you have to do is observe and try and take note of get as much information as you can. And then when he leaves, you have to follow him down this path as he goes back this way. And he's I don't know how he's getting along the path. I don't know how he's moving, but somehow, here's the fat guy. He is moving along the path. And the joke is going to be that every time he comes to an intersection, he's over here, he's going to block it. And you can see some random adventurer with his sidekick, and they're running down the path so that when the fat guy gets here, the fat guy's going to block it. And that guy's going to be oh, he can't get past, and he's going to run away. And then over here, another adventurer, and over here, another adventurer. The same thing is going to happen. But you still can't catch up with the fat guy. You keep trying to follow him. He's moving ridiculously fast, even though he keeps stopping to block people's paths. Epic World says that's such a cool concept. Thank you so much. Multi-Baver Game says, yo, Zach, did you hear that D-Tunes paper is back? I did not. That's awesome. I did not hear that. I'll have to check into that. But yeah, D-Tune Paper is a super talented dude and an awesome channel. His art is incredible. So yeah, that's awesome that he's back. So yeah, but yeah, so anyway, you chase him all the way up here to this tree. This tree is, of course, the portal tree. I think that's sort of a theme of this PCG. Man, that's super fitting. That sort of fits the PCG project that I'm sort of low-key working on right now, which is may or may not involve the portal tree. But yeah, anyway, so you chase him up there to the portal tree, and here is this screen where you have to chase. Apparently the fat guy somehow, I don't know how he fit, but somehow he got through one of the portals. So you have to follow him through the portal. So here is Milton coming out through the portal, on regular old Earth, and then he comes out of the portal somewhere else, and so it's he goes down through here, and then comes out on this other world. So I just thought this was a cool effect where it's it's as if now he's upside down because he's on a different world or whatever. But yeah, here on this different world we have trees and hills and whatnot. And so we've made it to this different world. Here's Milton and Tox. They're trying to they see the fat guy off in the distance. Oh, hold on, I feel like we need more light. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Here is the fat guy off in the distance, and basically, so this hill and this cave over here, this is supposed to be, well, I'll reveal that in a minute. Anyway, there's a hill over here, there's a cave over here, and there's a train track coming out of this cave over here, and the fat guy is barreling towards this. So he's Gwahaha! But then you shoot a freaking bazooka at him. I think this was the important study tool that you got from the mansion. And boom! It blows up, and the fat guy is It makes him kind of like trip or whatever, and he smashes through the train tracks and takes his place. And now here's where I make the reveal, right? Because this game was for Keith to play, and this was a tie-in to Zack to the Future, Keith's PCG. So in Zack to the Future, it takes place in this unknown place. We don't know if it's, you know, another planet or if it's the past or the future or whatever. But it's a place where there's lots of dinosaurs and cavemen around. And this is the land where we first met the 8-balls that we saw in Zack to the Future. And so this this area over here where you see this this hill, and there's here, I don't know, the light, it's not really showing up that well with the light, but yeah. Here's the hill, and here's like a cave over here. This is where Zack to the Future starts. It's in an area near a cave like this. You go into a cave, and then there's a bunch of screens in a cave system, and then you come out of it, and there's you get onto a train track. You're on a little a cart, and the cart is just rolling down the track. But then you can't proceed in that game in Zack to the Future because the fat guy has broken through the train track and is blocking the way. So that is the uptick of this game, is that this explains how the fat guy got to where he is in Zack to the Future. Now, when I actually played this game with Keith, it really pissed him off because he does not as much as he did use the character of the fat guy from our PCGs, he does not like the idea of a shared universe at all. He does not like the idea of his PCGs tying into my PCGs. And this game kind of broke the canon of his story. So he was kind of pissed off by this. It was a whole thing for an afternoon. So we ultimately, smoothed it over, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to make anything with this close to your PCGs again. And that was the end of that. But yeah, I felt super, super bad after making this PCG. Even though looking back at it, I think this is a really cool PCG. I really like it. Going back, there's a lot of cool stuff here. But yeah, Keith had apparently, I didn't know any of this, but Keith in his head had come up with this whole storyline as to how the fat guy got there. And according to his storyline, this fat guy, the one that we see in Zack to the Future, is not the same fat guy that we see from all the other paper computer games. He's still called the fat guy, but I guess it's just a different, incarnation of the fat guy. It's a different version of him, He does not remember any of his experiences from the other paper computer games. This is somebody else. And I think Keith's explanation was going to be that there's this weird substance underground in a series of pipes, and that some of the cavemen got mutated using that substance, that pink substance, which turned them into these fat guys. In Zack to the Future, there was the fat guy, and then once you make it down the train track even further, you encounter the fat guy's father, who's even bigger and fatter and even worse. But yeah, this is not supposed to be the fat guy we know, I guess. I did not know that at the time we made this PCG. I found out because I made this PCG that it's not the same guy. When we were actually playing Zack to the Future, Keith did not reveal that. Epic said, whoa, what a tie-in. Yeah, yeah, right? It was wild. Multi-Paper Game says, this is an interesting story. Yeah, thanks so much, dude. So yeah, the other thing about this is that Milton, right? Milton, the scientist guy who this game is, who you play as in this game, this is supposed to be the acid zombie, because I would have made more screens for this game, and basically in Zack to the Future, once you get inside the fat guy. Yeah, that was the way in Zack to the Future. That was the way to get past the fat guy, was to actually build up so much speed that you burst into his stomach. You actually get inside him, and inside the fat guy's stomach, you have to fight his blood cells and whatnot. There was freaking 3 or 4 screens inside the fat guy's stomach. It was really big, but yeah, and I let me tell you, that was like the most evil PCG ever. I was like stuck on the fat guy's stomach for so long. Like, first of all, I was stuck on like the screen outside the fat guy freaking forever. The only way to beat that puzzle was to drop all your inventory. That's the only way to build up enough speed to get inside the fat guy's stomach. So it took me forever to figure that out. By the time when I finally did, I immediately got stuck again inside the fat guy's stomach. I was even more stuck than I was the first time. I was playing that PCG for freaking months, you guys. It was nuts. It was nuts. It was one of the most difficult PCG playing experiences ever. But yeah, okay, so anyway, point being, so yeah, inside the fat guy's stomach in Zack to the Future, there's like an acid zombie. Like, he didn't have an actual name. He was just like a guy who was like, oh, help me. But then if you go close to him, he like acid comes up out of his mouth and it dissolves you. And if you try to help him in any way, it dissolves you. And he's screaming for help, but then he will actively try to kill you. And like I guess he's sort of like zombified. So this game was supposed to be the origin of the acid zombie. It was like a spin-off about how the acid zombie came to be. So this scientist, Milton, is supposed to be the acid zombie. It is supposed to be like his origin because, I don't know. I kind of like that. Like a scientist, like the game is called Who Would Be Crazy Enough to Devote His Life to Studying This Guy? Because like it's about a scientist who devotes his life to studying the fat guy, but the outcome of it is that he ends up forever trapped in the fat guy's stomach. I feel like that's the fitting end for a scientist who devotes his life to studying the fat guy. Not wishing death on him or anything. He's a cool character. I'm just saying, that is the consequence of that action of studying the fat guy. Epic World says, playing a PCG for months. Oh yeah, dude. You don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it. That was my everyday experience for years. Like, literally every single time I came over Keith and Kurt's house for, like, freaking years, we were just stuck on this. I never beat that game, either. I played it for so long. I never beat it. I got up to the fat guy's father screen, and that was when I gave up. I mean, I didn't give up. I never made the decision, okay, I'm giving up. But we just kind of felt like every time I played it, I made no progress, and then eventually we played it less and less, and I kind of fell off. So that's one of the few PCGs that has actually defeated me. I have never felt so defeated by a paper computer game before. I would still love to go back and try again, but at this point, probably never going to happen, unfortunately. Epic World says, I like the puzzle idea of acid zombie. Yeah, I like it as well. Ultimately, I think it ended up being like a trap. I don't know if there was any actual puzzle there. It was just like you mess around with him for a long time, like, oh, I'll try to do this, I'll try to do that, and you just die over and over and over again. He might have had some part to play in the puzzle. I don't really remember. The main puzzle had to do with the blood cells. No, I think the puzzle was you just had to like slingshot the right spot. I think that was the end of the solution. I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out. I remember when I finally figured out the fat guy's stomach puzzle, I was like, how did I not get that before? Multipaper Game says, I think the PCG universe / multiverse could be some of the best / weirdest movies ever. Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. I would love to see that. That would be so wild. Epic World says, I just spent 30 minutes, pardon me, on one screen. Dude, that's awesome. But yeah, I did not show you this part. I'm not sure where this comes in. Let's see, this is a comic. Let's see, oh man, the blast created rubble blocking me from the fat guy. We better start walking, little guy. And Stocks is like, Queet! The mountain's far away. But then there's like a dinosaur in your way. Oh yeah, this is the last screen. What does Milton do? Yeah, there's like a dinosaur, and you have to get past the dinosaur because this is 8-Ball Land. This is the world that Zack to the Future takes place in. So yeah, this is my canon-breaking PCG that messed with the canon from Zack to the Future. But yeah, I like whether or not you see this as canon to Zack to the Future, I think this is a cool PCG in its own right. And yeah, so that is that PCG. What did you guys think about that? Let's make a poll in chat. Start a poll. Did you like... Hold on, let's do this. Yeah, did you like that PCG? Who would be crazy enough? Ask your community. Epic says amazing, just amazing. Yes. Thanks so much, Epic Worlds PCG. Multi-Paper Game says I would buy it. Thanks so much, dude. Alright, I don't think anyone else is here. It says there's 3 people here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. 100% liked that PCG. That is awesome. Yeah, I like this PCG a lot too. I like it a lot too. I had negative feelings about it for many years because, you know, like, I felt so bad after making it, like, cause like, I stepped on Keith's toes. And, like, he didn't like, Keith really just does not like anyone, you know, building on his lore or doing anything with his characters or anything. He wants his things to be just like his art. He even had a problem with, like, you know, Kurt brought back the 8 balls and made them into the space balls. And Keith just was like super, well, I guess he was sort of more okay with that. Like, he still was uncomfortable with it, but he didn't object as much as he did to this game. Because the space balls, like, Kurt did it better than me. Like, he sort of, like, he used the 8 balls from Keith's PCGs, but he did his own twist on them. You know, he made the space balls, which is like a new tribe of the 8 balls that we've never seen before. So it's still connected to Zack to the Future, but it's sort of like separated enough that Keith didn't like care that much. But like, but this was like super tightly tied in. It even has like the same exact areas, and it explains the backstory for stuff that Keith wanted to explain the backstory to. So I definitely stepped on his toes in that regard. So ever since that experience, I think just in general, I'm more careful to like check with people before I, you know, expand on their lore. Not just because, like, you know, I don't want to piss them off or whatever. I know most people aren't Keith. Like, most people in my experience that are in the community are not like that at all. Like, if you did that to Chris would not care at all. Like, he'd be like, oh, interesting. You came up with a different story than me. That's cool. You know, but like, and that would be it. But like, but yeah, what was I saying? Epic says, I don't know, Zach, should I show you the first screen, or do you want to wait till we play it? Let's wait till we play it. I mean, you were saying you didn't want to spoil anything at all. You said you weren't going to show it in any way at all. That definitely includes showing it to me on this stream, right? So yeah. But yeah, I definitely learned that lesson from this PCG. To sort of be a little bit more respectful of other people's, because like that's partly why, you know, like when I was making Zubak the Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick, and I was creating the character of Lily, I was like, oh my god, she's the Shadow. I could make her into the Shadow. She could be the true identity of the Shadow. Mind you, when I was making that game, the Shadow hadn't been used in freaking like 10 years, and there was like, at that time, I thought there was like 0 chance of Chris ever actually making another PCG with the Shadow. So I texted Chris, and I was, you know, because of this experience, I texted Chris. I just wanted to double check. I was like, hey, do you actually have plans on to do stuff with the Shadow? And I was like, there's no way Chris is gonna say yes. And he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, wait, so you know who the Shadow is? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, oh. Well, are you planning to reveal that at any point? And he's like, I don't know, maybe. I'm like, dang it. So for that reason, I could not make Lily be the Shadow. It would have fit so well. She's an ancient. She literally is a shadow. She's an ancient entity that had a hand in building, the early company. She, that was already her story that I came up with before even making the connection in my head to the Shadow. And I'm like, oh my God, like how could she not be the Shadow? But yeah, I guess she's not, or maybe she is. I don't know. We still don't know who the true identity of the Shadow is. So maybe if we ever get back to playing PCG Anniversary Special 2, maybe we'll one day find out. I don't know. Epic World says this might be some of my best PCG art ever. Yes, that is awesome to hear. Epic says that's what I feel like making this game. That is awesome. All right, dude. Well, I think that is quite enough for today. I have showed all the paper computer games that I had taken out in that I was hoping to show, or that Epic Worlds had requested that I show. I am most certainly down to do more of these in the future. If there's any paper computer games that I've made that I have not showed in my prior videos, let me know and I'll show them. So yeah, Epic Worlds is definitely gonna make some sequels. Yes, can always count on Epic to flesh out every story. All right, you guys. I think let's start winding down the stream. I'll take any last minute questions, comments, concerns, objections, insults you may have. I'm standing over here, in front of the camera. Hi, that's me. I'm Zach. I am right side up, as you can see. What was your favorite PCG out of those? Oh, good question. Let's see. We've got, our choices are, who would be crazy enough to devote his life to studying this guy? We've got The Plan. We've got Director Gerald Saves the Moon. And Alien Freaks in My Neighborhood. I guess I'm definitely going to have to go with this one, with who would be crazy enough to devote his life to studying this guy. Because, I don't know. There's just a lot to this game. There's, a lot of cool... I really like the story. I really like the lore. It does something interesting and unique with the PCG lore. We've never seen the fat guy from this perspective, from the perspective of a scientist trying to study him. That, I think, is a really cool and interesting concept. There's also a lot of fun screens here. I like the fact that, Kurt and Daniel, contributed to it, and, the character of Toxdox is cool. A lot of the art in here is really cool. There's just, and the fact that it's so long, there's just this is really rich. There's just a lot here, the whole thing of Zuvak calling him and giving him instructions on the phone is funny. I really love this idea of a fat guy screen, but from a wildly different perspective, where you're not actually trying to get past him. The cameo from Zach is cool. This is probably the first appearance of Zach in one of my PCGs. Most likely, right? Because my PCGs mostly it has Zach's friends, Zach is mentioned, but Zach himself, I think basically never appears in any of my PCGs. Because why would he? Zach the character pretty much was just there so that he could be someone for me to play as when I was playing PCGs. So when I'm making a PCG for somebody else, it's never going to have Zach in it. But this was the first time I'm like, okay, well, Zach is a character. He does exist in this universe, so this does make sense, so I don't know. But yeah, I really like this perspective. This screen is really cool and fun. Of course, the portal tree is always cool. I really like this screen with the portal tree. And as much as I still have negative feelings about like pissing off Keith, and I felt bad about that. On the other hand, I still personally think it's cool to tie into Zack to the Future in this way, even though it's canon breaking, and I probably wouldn't do it again. Like, revisiting the area from Zack to the Future to me is still cool. And the idea of tying it together with the other PCG lore, I still think is cool, even though it's canon breaking. I like this dinosaur as well. So yeah, I think out of those, this one is definitely the richest one. It definitely has the most going on. So yeah, this is definitely going to be my favorite out of those. The plan is fun, but it's sort of like more basic, and most of the fun of it is like the in-jokes. Alien Freaks in My Neighborhood is a really good concept, but it's just frustrating because I never did anything. And I also really, really like the cover. The cover alone might just knock this up a few points. Director Gerald Saves the Moon, there just isn't enough of it. It's cool. I really like this idea, and I like the weird tutorial bot. I like the concept of this game a lot, but I just didn't know where I was going with it. I think it would require a lot more thought to really flesh this out, and I didn't have an idea for it. It's not where my creativity took me, so yeah, definitely that one. All right, so let's see. Multipaper Games says, Zach, go look at my next PCG for the Archangel Saga and the PCG leaks. Alrighty. Let's see. PCG leaks. Oh, shoot, yes! The wall! The Archangel Saga, that's all. So, I guess, everything from my original game, from the original Archangel game, because we had a game about the ball by Epic Worlds, and I guess now we're getting a game about the wall. Oh, I love it. This saga is so cool. It's okay, there's only 3 things in this game. There's only 3 things in this universe, or not in this universe, in this game. I'm gonna make a game about each of them. Now someone else has to make a game about the clock. Oh, man. Can you react to my article on the Archangel Saga? Sure. I'm gonna like this, first of all. But yeah, Multipaper Game says it's gonna be the best PCG story I've ever made. That's so awesome, dude. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, let's see. Oh shoot, we're up to 2,700 articles on the PCG Wiki. Woo! Yes. Okay, so let's see. The Archangel Origin is an upcoming 2023 PCG by Multipaper Games. This marks his first PCG ever and is part of the Archangel Saga. Little is known about this game other than it's basically an origin story of Bob the Archangel and how he came to be. Okay, so let's click on the Archangel Saga. Nice, making a series art. That's awesome. The Archangel Saga was a series of PCGs created by multiple members of the PCG community in 2023. Accurate. This series is like the Gnome Saga in the sense that anyone can contribute and make games for it. Yeah, and also every other saga in the PCG universe. No, but I know what you mean. History says, it all started when Zach was doing a PCG stream. Some of his viewers requested he make a PCG for a contest Epic Worlds PCG was hosting. By the way, is there an article for that contest? Because if so, we should link it here. But anyway, Zach frantically put a small game together and entered it into the contest. Little did he know that this small PCG would spark a whole series of games. Yeah, little did I know. I had no idea. So, games in chronological order. So here is a friendly game of Archangel Ball by Zach. Oh, I really like that title. But that doesn't go here. Okay, so yeah. In chronological order. So this is the order they take place in, not the order they were made in. Multipaper Games says, I'm actually excited for the future of the Archangel Saga. There are so many things that you can do with it, like the Archmage or the Archangel Society. True. That is really awesome. But yeah, okay, so Archangel Origin by Multipaper Games explores the true origin of Bob the Archangel and how he came to be. Alright, that's all we know about that. Then the next game in this in the saga is Archangel the Ball. A strange ball known as the Archangel Ball hatches out of an egg that rolls over to a portal and is teleported into an Archangel ritual. The Archmage, head of the Archangel Society, demands that the ball be destroyed. The ball escapes into a vent and was saved by Bob the Archangel. So then after that is a friendly game of Archangel Ball by Zach. So wait. So Bob saves the ball and then he goes and then it goes right into my game, a friendly game of Archangel Ball. A player is stuck in a strange room with an Archangel who has 8 eyes. In the room is a clock, a wall, a ball, and the Archangel. If the player tries to attack the Archangel, it will screech and create a beam of light that blinds the player. It's later explained that the Archangel is protecting the ball from other Archangels that were trying to steal it. The Archangel's name is Bob the Archangel, and he's a traitor to his own society due to the fact that he carries his demon brother secretly in a jar, Zesodis. And many Archangels shame him for this. That's cool. I really like that concept. I think like when I was reading this article earlier on today, that like, I don't know, I guess I was super tired, that kind of like went right over my head. But that's a really cool concept. Like what a great recipe for drama. Like, he's an Archangel, but he has his demon brother with him, and he's being, shunned for it. And then the next game is the not-so-friendly Archangel by Epic Worlds PCG. An unknown protagonist is attempting to steal the Archangel Ball from Bob the Archangel, but first he must stop the clock in order to freeze time. He then tries to escape, but is confronted by Bob's brother, Zesodis, who somehow escaped his jar. The two fight in an epic battle, and the unknown protagonist ends up winning. Zesodis' body is shattered, and he takes the form of a demon. Zesodis then kills the unknown protagonist, and the game ends. Fascinating. I don't know whose side I'm on. Like, am I rooting for Bob the Archangel and Zesodis, or am I rooting for the unknown protagonist? This is wild. I feel like there's a lot more to be explored with this story. Multipaper Games says, I'm gonna quit paper games and put full time into the Archangel Saga. Oh man, dude. Well, don't quit paper games entirely. Multipaper Games says, I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. After all, you're the last paper games creator. Multipaper Games says, I have too many projects. Yeah, true. Story of my life. Multipaper Games says, by the way, I'll try making a video on the PCG tomorrow so you guys can see it. That is awesome. On Multipaper, when you make that video, I will definitely, will obviously watch it, but also share it so that hopefully more people see it. Epic World says, yeah, this series is so cool because you can choose your side. Yeah. Oh, shoot. True. That's interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Multipaper Game says, by the way, I might make another PCG on his origin since I didn't explain what happened before he was in the vent or anything about his brother. That is true. That you should definitely do that. Epic World says if you click on the articles, you can see all the screens. Ah, sweet. So, the Archangel Origin, that's the one I already saw that we don't know much about. Is that one accessible anywhere? Is it on the PCG shop? A friendly game of Archangel Ball by Zach. Already has... Oh, wow, you did the whole article on this. A friendly game of Archangel Ball was a 2023 PCG by Zach. This game was quickly made on a PCG live stream, and it got many people inspired to make sequels to it. This is the first game in the Archangel saga. A player is stuck in a strange room with an Archangel who has 8 eyes. In the room is a clock, a wall, a ball, and the Archangel. If the player tries to attack the Archangel, it will screech and create a beam of light that blinds the player. It is later explained that the Archangel is protecting the ball from the other Archangels. Yeah, we already said that. Known to, oh, this is from Archangel the Ball. The game was later remastered by Epic Worlds PCG as the not-so-friendly Archangel. Solution. Although the solution was never given, Epic Worlds PCG speculates that the player would have had to stop the clock, which would have frozen time for everything except the player. Then the player would hop the wall and steal the ball, which would beat the game. Well, I guess that would do it as well. But somebody did beat the game on stream, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, they were able to, even though the Archangel blinded them, they were able to still get the ball and get back over the wall or something. So they did beat the game. If I remember correctly. Multi sent me the screens just now. Got to wiki it tomorrow. Awesome. Multi says it was me. Ah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The not so friendly Archangel. Okay, so let's check out these screens real fast. That is super cool. All right, you guys. I should probably get to bed. Multipaper Game says, my first PCG ever beaten. Oh, shoot, that's true. That's true. Congrats on your first PCG ever beaten. That's awesome. All right, guys. Epic World says, man, these big community series are always super fun. And they feel like events. They really do. They really do. They're the best thing ever, right? Oh, man. So, yeah. I think it's as good a time as any to end the stream because, like, man, I definitely got to get up early tomorrow. I have to be at work at 9:45, so I should probably call it a night. But yeah, Epic World says it was another great stream. Zach, see ya. Thanks so much, Epic. Thank you all so much for watching. You folks are the best as always, and PCG you later. Wait, how do I end the stream? Dang. I guess I'll click stop streaming. All right, PCG later. Yeah, PCG later, Multipaper.